Hello, one and all of no one. It is I, the Genocide, and it is that time of the year again, when all the everyone says what their favorite ship for games was this year. In fact, the Game Awards was just the other day, as the time of recording, actually last week. My concept of time is a little fucked up, but that's nothing out of the ordinary. So, obviously, as always, gonna do my little take, which I've felt 9 times out of 10 with some things, my take is a little different. At least in the end, which one wins for me personally. But going on, before we get started, just want to go over the rules as always. One, obviously, needs to have been released within 2015, and that goes for its initial US release. Just because initial releases, especially with Japan, can be a little fucked. I'm using the US release date as the initial release. So let's say if it was released 3 years ago in Japan, but only came out this year in the US, for me that would still work. Excuse me. So, obviously, like I said, 2015 release date in the US. Second, no remasters, period, at all. Third, obviously, I have to have played it. So, let's jump in. Alright, so starting off, obviously, as you can see, number 5, we have Fallout 4. Personally, I really like this game, but why would it not be higher? Because, like I said, while I really like it, it just feels like it's missing something. While I was playing it, for a little bit, I didn't really feel drawn back to it. In fact, actually, for this video, was the first time I had played it in about a week or so. And there was even longer time in between that, or in between the time before that, and the time before that one. Literally, this quest is still pretty early on. This is the quest right when you're fighting Nick Valentine. That shows how early on in the game I still am. Should show you something. So I really am not drawn back into it. Which is a shame, because the gameplay is better than, I'd say, any real Fallout, especially the gunplay. But, so overall, good game, but just it feels like it's missing something. Although I will admit, I did lose hours, and I mean literally hours, in the town building segments. Which I'm not ashamed to say, because that was fun. Moving on. Alright, number 4, we have Neptunia. You actually unleashed it on my footage for this one for reasons, because I have no way of getting the footage, and I can't find any place to download trailers, so real quick. This is one of the 2 games that kept drawing me away from Fallout, and because I don't have any footage, I'm just gonna move right on to the next one, so let's do that. And number 3, we're back to extracting actual footage with Metal Gear Solid 5 with Phantom Pain. Originally I was actually thinking of botting this as number 4, but upon thinking about it, it goes for 3. It's a fucking amazing game. Sadly, gonna be the last Metal Gear Kojima works on more than likely, but I'd say for a last one, it's fucking amazing. Gameplay is great, story's great, characters, with the exception of Skullface, are pretty damn good. Still a few mindfucks, as is proper for Metal Gear. Metal Gear Online was fun. Only downsides really are the base infiltration mode I wasn't too fond of. Partially because, really, you're gonna put me against people who have maxed out shit. Their dudes are carrying around fucking heavy weapons and crazy ass armor. This is my first infiltration. That part could have used a little more work. And second of all, the second chapter and the fact that further chapters were entirely cut kinda dampens the whole thing. But with the entire first chapter, like nearing the end of it, there were other games I really wanted to play, but I couldn't drag myself away from it. In fact, with the story, in terms of the story, it had the opposite effect on me that Fallout 4 did. Where Fallout 4, I couldn't keep myself locked into it. I could not unlock myself from Metal Gear Solid, which is a fucking good thing. Yeah, makes sense, because Metal Gear Solid 5 is awesome. And let the hate begin. Yes, this is literally my second favorite game that's come out this year. Black Ops is something about it. Yeah, obviously it's a sci-fi shooter, which if you know me, you know that is my freaking straight into my veins. Like, just inject it into my veins. But even on top of that, even for a Call of Duty story, okay, it didn't really have, well, largely the problem with the story was main character, you can't really grow attached to them because they're not really a thing. They don't even have a name, they're just player. And that's because they went for the whole co-op story thing, which is still freaking cool. Now, goddamn, the cat just fucking... As I was saying, the fact that you can play the whole thing co-op is pretty cool. Multiplayer now being able to run on walls and even swim and shoot people while swimming. Kill streaks are more or less the same, although still using the score streak system, which still works better than what Infinity Ward had come up with. Which I'm down with that. Weapons, more or less are standard fare. Specialists are not too important. A few of them are incredibly fun for me to use. And then there's the fact that on top of it, you also have your normal zombies mode, and if you beat the normal campaign, you have a second campaign you unlock. Remember if you remember Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon? How it was like a little weirder take, zanier take with the normal Far Cry 3? They blood dragoned the normal campaign without you having to pay extra. Call of Duty just added a little more value to itself, which is fucking cool. And then you have the free running mode to help you get used to the wall jumping and all that shit. In terms of value, in terms of actually value for what you get for your $60, Black Ops 3 is pretty damn good, and seeing as the gameplay is fun, I'm down with that. I fucking love this game. Haters gonna hate. Okay, so number one. If you know me personally or even pay enough attention, it's not gonna be a surprise. And honestly, it shouldn't be. I love this game, and everything about it. As you can probably tell from that logo, it's Bloodborne. Bloodborne is fucking awesome. The world design, the story, which the community still has yet to fully figure out, the gameplay, the weapons, everything. Even the way the side quests are made. Even the fucking Old Hunters DLC, which is amazing but fuckingly hard. Actually, still have yet to finish it. But I still want to. And this game, when I first played it, I'm like, this is hard, but I can enjoy this. Then I get to the Cleric Beast, the first boss, who turns out to be optional. Fuck that boss, fuck that boss, fuck that boss. I didn't beat him until, middle of the way through the next fucking day. I was about ready to be done with the game. And then, once you kill your first boss in one of these games, after having all that rage, you become hooked. If fucking futuristic shooters are just injected into my veins, this shit is my, straight crack cocaine. I will fucking mainline this shit for days if I feel like it. And sometimes even if I don't. I mean, hell, within less than a month of it coming out, I spent like 150 hours on it somehow. Even to this day, before Old Hunters would come out, I would just randomly go on it and go into freaking Chalice dungeons, which the root Chalice dungeons are so useful in extending the game time. it's just amazing. The presentation, the gameplay, the atmosphere, all of it. I don't care what anyone says. This is literally my favorite game that's come out this year, and probably, in terms of every game that's on the PS4 right now, probably my favorite overall. Because this game is fucking amazing. Unlike the Order 1886, which was a disappointment. Fuck you, Galahad, I see you. Bloodborne, I salute you. Everyone, I'm out.